brings. Okay, let me join us. There's noises everywhere here. Anyway, okay, greetings. Okay, so this is a Pleiadian secret space energies. Take that wherever you want to. Universal time matrix and false timelines. So okay, right. Tomorrow I'll be heading out to Sedona. I'll be in a plane for about 6 or 8 hours. I have a psychotic breakdown afterwards. And I'm not looking forward to any of that. It's gonna be a long nightmare ride. Anyway, be worth it getting there. So yeah, then it'll be like 2 hours to get to Sedona. Man, they don't want anybody to go to Sedona, do they? They don't make it easy to get there, that's for sure. So yeah, I'll see what I can upload between now and then. We'll see. Yeah, the airports are something else. So yeah, the Pleiadian energies will just see what they have to say about their reality. Those that get kind of trapped here and incarnate here constantly. And the more that you want to know, the more that you can free yourself from any reincarnation loops. Like from yesterday, like I said, live, die, repeat, something like that, which many are doing. Yeah, there's different ways of looking at that. So, but the Pleiadian energies, of course, there's all these different alien species, of course, helping us, of course, for them to be. I mean, it's working through us for them to become more part of our society is the goal. Yeah, that's working out really well, isn't it? But that's the goal. Yeah, you never know. We're not quite there yet. The cats are here. They're going to go to the babysitter tomorrow. Probably going to flip out. Yeah, they don't want to go. They don't like driving in the car. They go. Fritzy's pretty good about the car. But Priscilla's not so big on it. So anyway, yeah, this is their spa, their kingdom, and they rule over it. Yeah, Priscilla's over here. You can't see her. I don't want to disturb her too much. Just a little bit. The background's being left on. That's a good thing. So universal time matrix. Let's see if we can get a different point of view of what that even means. Okay, maybe not. I'm not getting very far with that. Okay, I just got shot. Okay, never mind. I don't know why I make this thing so difficult. Okay, never mind. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, there's a definition for it. And that's what I'm trying to find. I wasn't going to look for it, but let's see here. At least one way of looking at it. So within our harmonic universe, universal time matrix, making up reality of 3D, Earth within third dimension, we have 6 timelines. Obviously, there's more than that. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm not going to go into all this. I can't read half of it anyway. All right, so I just tapped into it. Time matrix is a map of the timelines in which the consciousness moves that are simulated taking place within the entire time matrix. Yeah, that makes sense. Basically, it's spiritual science. I'm not going to go into that anymore. So, yeah, our consciousness blends into it, and you have to get like a college degree to figure it out. We're not going into that. So anyway, we'll just tap into the vibration of it and see what it has to say. Obviously, false timelines, false histories, false presidencies, false everything, false reality. Yeah. So We'll go into that. And yeah, like all this stuff about, I think I said this before, but like you feel like the government is like, it's like, oh no, that's all conspiracy theory. Obviously, there's another side that's like, oh yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory. But publicly, obviously, they're going to say it. Like with the whole thing with Twitter, saying Twitter is not shadow banning people when actually they were. Same thing for this platform without naming any names. So hopefully we'll have a social media purge where a lot of this stuff starts coming to an end. That'd be nice. I mean, I know what shadow banning is all about. It's freaking ridiculous. Others feel like they go through it, but damn. Yeah, say one thing, and yeah. Anyway, we're not gonna go into that. Or not. We're trying to play nice here. Keep the machine happy. Okay, so it's having a ton of economy private sessions. So we have for this. So Mount Sedona. So the schedule is a little bit different. It's it's a conference version of it. I don't have the 90 minutes for this week, but everything else is open. But I'm open to anybody, open to everything. Shop is still open also. I answer those as much as I can this week. We'll see. Yeah, the quick ones are easier to do. The longer ones, we're not sure about that. And of course, this is what I'll be tomorrow. So tickets are still available. And these are the speakers that are here. And I think that's everybody. And the schedule is Vortex is on Monday and Grand Canyon on Tuesday. So Tuesday availability is not a whole lot, but it is slightly available there. Also the webinar. I don't think I'm going to do the webinar this week. We'll see. I'll send out an email about that. Probably not. Social networking behind the scenes. And then I think I talked about this before, but the Pleiadians on the IRS. This is actually on the IRS's website. I think I've talked about this before. It came up again. It's like the Pleiadians, a Pleiadian collective, Pleiadian culture, ancient, was seeded in another universe, and yada yada yada. It's on the IRS's website. Obviously, it's dated 1992. It's just funny. Okay, so this is about people that do seminars and stuff like that, but it's still funny. Yeah, that's still gotta tax those aliens. Bunch of freeloaders. And the Avatar, I think I've done a video about this also. Avatar. So the movie Avatar is coming out. This is in China. I cannot pronounce this, whatever this says. But either way, this is what the movie was based on, at least part of it. I guess that's a real statue that's there. Not exactly a most attractive thing. Okay, we're not going to do that. Yeah. There's some similarities there. Okay, enough of that. So I'm still getting ready. I'm still not fully ready for tomorrow, but I'll be close enough. So yeah, it's been because I have a regular job too. That's been fun. Like every kind of problem can be happening. It's happening when I'm gone. Gotta love it. Yeah, some pushback there for sure. So yeah, just without going into too much details. It's freaking ridiculous. Yeah, it's funny how the reality works. They're trying to be a pain, but anyway, it's all gonna work out. So Pleiadian secret space energy, secret space program, secret whatever. Maybe they'll reveal their secrets. Maybe they'll just show up out of nowhere. Yeah, we are definitely part of a. As more, love it or hate it or whatever, all this disclosure, good or bad, it's still bringing more of the alien energies here. Now, if they're going to show themselves, a lot of them are reluctant to do so. But those that can contact the alien realms are definitely have more success with it and help others. Not prove it. You don't have to prove anything. It's just, yeah, many are still obviously shut down the third dimension. Well, because people denounce all this because they like the reality that they're in. They like the way things are. Things are working out for them on a physical level. So why do you need these aliens? Why do you need the higher dimensions? What do you need all that for? This reality is working just fine for them. When things are not working fine for you, it means you're getting kicked out of the physical realm. It's like, here, understand the spirit realms, understand the psychic realms, whatever, ghost realms, whatever it is. It's time to break free. And something just came to mind here. I knew something. Maybe I'm wrong. Aha, I knew something was missing. Anyway, yeah, one of the speakers disappeared there. Why am I not surprised? Anyway, funny. Yeah, it came to mind. But yeah, so you get kicked out of yeah, I'm actually relieved actually. Anyway. But yeah, you can get kicked out of the physical reality. So you get incarnate. So people can get kicked out of. People have been through this here and there. You might not see it this way. So if you get kicked out of a job, obviously you can see the fire. You can get also fired from living in a state, a country. You get kicked out. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just you're being moved. Somewhere, you get moved around. So it's not a bad thing, and that's what all this alien stuff is for it to become more as we shift as basically our human collective gets dumped into the spirit realm. Basically, I would say, I don't know when this will happen, but those are holding on to the physical matrix reality or the dome reality or whatever the hell you want to call it. Call it whatever you want to call it. Can't make everybody happy. But either way, we get kicked out of the physical reality. I think that'll happen eventually, not in our lifetime, but it's like, it's like it's done its deal. It's like, of course, it's been for thousands of years going through this, but that's why all the spiritual energy is happening. It's getting, it's getting lost as many going more into spiritual understanding to get kind of lost somewhat. Anyway, probably just made a lot of people confused just saying that. I got kind of sidetracked also. I knew I was seeing something that wasn't right. Anyway, it's all good. Actually, it's better vibrations, actually, so that's good. So, okay, all right. So we go into Pleiadian energies, universal time, matrix, and false timelines. Sorry, blessings. Greeks, the Pleiadians. Yes, of course, we can't always reveal our full reality with you. Yes, of course, we can appear to you at any time as we please, but we are careful with that, how we interact with the human collective. Basically, we treat humanity as fine china. So we are taught how to connect with you, how to speak to you, your ways, how not to get pulled into the lower realms. Of course, some do. So some beings, they like your world, so they want to jump into your pool of consciousness. But some also can still retain the alien knowledge, but also go through the physical, we'll call it restraints, but not isn't really that way, but it kind of feels that way. Of basically, it's like many just like this physical world, and they decide to become, a contactee, you can say, in some form or another. Obviously, many contactees on your planet have been through a lot, especially when they go public. Some of them, have been tested to. Well, it's an inner test. It's not always supposed to make itself clear. So those that have actual alien contact, literally with beings, and obviously they don't always have, usually don't have any type of physical, remnants. Why would they? It's because we're not there to prove anything to anyone. We're here to put our energy out there, but we're not there to, sign autographs and things of that kind. But the idea is just the vibration of it. Like you hear about the Andromedans connecting to your society, Pleiadians, Syrians, and all these different beings, and you decide what's best for you. If it's a psyop, if it's not a psyop, whatever it is, it's just all about the frequency. And yes, many humans do get lost within the energy fields, of course. Well, there's a lot to unwind. There's a lot to discover also. So now you're going into this new, spiritual star seed reality, and it can get quite complex. And there's a lot to learn just with that. And because some are dipping their toe in the higher consciousness, but some are just not ready to go there. They can talk about it, they can reminisce about it, but are they truly ready to connect with it on a fully conscious level? Basically, that becomes your reality. Basically, the astral realm becomes your reality. Where yes, we can shape shifts and go to different dimensions. Many might talk about it, but they can't. They can do everything, but obviously there's a lot of restraints here to keep that from happening. But some might talk about it. It's easier to talk about than to experience it, because there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it. And you're slowly learning that. So with our secret connections here, well, we have different layers of our species that connect basically different, you say alien groups. Every alien group has this, or many are just very close to your reality, and others are far from it. But we all kind of talk with you. We don't always agree with everything, but of how we manage our connections with you. But those that are very connected to your world, some are spirit guides. You can even have spirit guides incarnate and still be a spirit guide. They can have a human incarnation here and still be a spirit guide. You can split energies all the time. So that's another thing. You're kind of like the diving board for your spirit guides to incarnate here. It's like you bring like all these reluctant beings to be your guides. Hopefully they do a good job somewhat, but you're also getting them closer to this reality where with what you go through, they go through it. And some of them can handle it being a guide. Others need more and incarnate here. Not always. They don't always stay as guides. Some can. A lot of them don't. But some do want to do both duties. And it gets really complex with that. So you might run into a person they feel like it's a guide, and it's possible that is one of your guides. Now, it's a little bit more complicated to tap into that, but there's a possibility. It's very rare to see that, but there is possibilities. Yeah, it gets really weird with that one. But as Pleiadian frequencies, of course, we connect to you because we're very similar to your reality. Now, yes, there, of course, is Yahyel beings are very connected to you also. They're trying to be a runner-up for contact, but all beings here are contact beings. You're all contact beings, so you're all bringing our energies more closer to your society on a physical level when the time is right. But basically, humans here, you become less physical also. So basically, it's like a middle ground. Your physical will become less physical as you let go of all these traumas the world is going through. And a lot of those in your era are cycling out, that are really holding on to this drama-filled life. And over time, it becomes less and less and less. And yes, then you have drama of the galactics. It's a little bit different, though. But the physical traumas, so your world has to go through all that to release it. That takes a while. Throughout the generations. Doesn't mean that they fully accept aliens and all that. It's just that, they don't need the challenges of your current reality. They just move past it to other challenges that can be high vibration. Not everybody's going to be into the aliens. They'll be more into the human experiences, just making a better life here. You might hear about the aliens, like, yeah, that's nice, but that doesn't really do anything for us. We'd rather just make a better life for ourselves. Blessings. Grace you. Yeah, the consciousness of the universal time matrix. It's basically, yes, where how your consciousness connects to the world. It basically is your consciousness connected to the plants, trees, air. You're all bringing a contribution to this reality for this reality to exist. So basically, every soul here comes together. You're all basically kind of like a ball of lights, but you come together to create this reality you're in now. Now, many of you want to diffuse this matrix. Hey, look, there's an astral realm. There's all these different realms, but you also know that others cannot handle that. So you come here kind of like to plug the holes so this reality continues. You wonder why so many humans come here so third dimensional thinking. It's like you have a spiritual person and they marry somebody that's very third dimensional. But it's because it has to do with themselves too. They have a lot to learn from the physical reality, so they shut everything off from the astral. It doesn't mean that they're against it. It's just that that's the cycle they need for their incarnation. Now they might change it over time. It's up to them. That's why you're there for them, and they're there for you also. Many astral beings or spirit beings still don't understand the physical realms and what's its purpose. So the school is still in session. Many would say, "Oh, school is out. We're going into higher realms." But others, it's like, yes, that might be nice, but there's another session. It's not over yet. That does not mean you can't make it better. And that's the plan, to make, yes, a better planet with your consciousness. And obviously, there's trickster beings here, and some of you are related to those trickster beings, basically, because the trickster beings are showing there's weaknesses in your realities, weaknesses in the consciousness. So you're there to heal it. So that's where you go through these challenges, mistakes, and you become a better being. It's just there's a lot to improve on, as you can see. It's just, it's kind of complicated here. Of just basically, you're just energy, but understanding the physical realms. We're also understanding how important the physical realms truly are. As many just announce it, just they don't want anything to do with it. But it plays a bit. It's a living thing itself, and the higher dimensional beings, you can say it's time to get used to it, but you can make it a better place. And why not take a world like this has been going through chaos for such a long time to help it heal from its challenge? It just goes extreme. This planet goes all extreme to all levels of low vibrations. The spirit guides don't always know what to do. They lose their patience also. They become complacent. They step back. They don't know what to do with this planet. You incarnate here, it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll be over here if you need us. And it's, oh, yeah, he's just doing fine when he's not doing fine. But you'll be getting more control of your astral as a physical being. You're getting more, I would call it control, understanding of your astral realm, and where the astral and physical realms become more friendlier to each other. Just like your lower realms and your higher dimensions become more connected also. So it's all about connecting and healing the divine, which is not easy. It never is. So, blessings. Brings you the consciousness of the false timelines. Yes, many do live in a delusional reality. Yes, to heal delusional frequencies. Well, some like an outcome of the war. Some of you just have your own way of looking at things. Of course, you do connect to it astrally. and you're connecting to also alternative timelines. So basically, the false timelines, basically timelines from other realities that they're bringing here. Yes, a history book can pretty much say whatever it wants. It's timelines from other places. So, and obviously, those that write the history books are just basically they're channeling themselves how they want the outcome to be. And obviously, even in your modern era, you're kind of seeing time being, history being changed. It's always going to happen throughout history. And then when you look at the history, you connect all these different. It's all over the place, and will continue to be that way. Until humanity is really ready to heal, the hierarchy of the corruption here, which you are working towards. It's just not the easiest. It's basically you just continue your incarnation the best of your ability. If it depends on where you are, yes, you are there to move up a level so you can see how this is all working and have a more like on a higher stage of it all. And really kind of battle it out, possibly even publicly. At least for some, you see that already. Public figures are fighting without going into names. What you see with the royal families are fighting each other. Doesn't mean that the royal families are in a hierarchy. No, I mean not really. It's just they're celebrities. They're not on a higher like their souls have graduated to a higher realm. Not really. No. If that was the case, it wouldn't be the way it is right now. It just shows that a lot of immaturity has to be healed, a lot of corruption. It also brings like the British Empire brings a lot of light to them, which they do not want. Like it or dislike it, whatever. They don't want that attention. They want to be, yes, the higher power and be unseen. So they're getting a lot of attention. And it's for others to like break away from the royal family's energy and connect to the inner self, because many are obviously under that control. So that's what a lot of it has to do with. And divorce from that is very difficult because many have been like same thing with the Pope. Many are in love with that too. And eventually there'll be a divorce from that. It's connecting more to self. It's not an easy journey. It's not going to happen instantly. Far from it. It can take thousands of years, of course. So the false timelines, yes, is to cause more chaos here. It's like, yes, you might like your energy feels like, oh, this group won, or your history, their true history. And then you look in the book, it says something totally different. So it's like an energy attack. So basically, your history books are technically weaponized to attack you. Knowledge of the false history is to make things more chaotic, so you can't connect to yourselves, so you don't know yourself. It's like putting a blindfold around yourself. So it's all done by design, obviously. It's not that hard when you think about it. And that's what you're here to just expose, heal, and move to the next level. So that's where the more advanced energy is. Yes, you might have a royal family and all that. A lot of them just, skated into that realm, like with Harry. Harry came in to expose it, basically, kind of like Diana's death charger. Kind of like a explosion of controversy. So, which is definitely needed to, yes, break up the British Empire, but to show it for what it truly is. All it is showing it for what it is. Obviously, they don't want that. And eventually, the U.S. would go through it. So it's going through a certain level, but yeah, this is, so all these social medias and all that. Obviously, it's a double-edged sword, especially those in the hierarchy. But once again, it has a lot to do with many just divorcing from that energy, connecting more to themselves, and finding out. Many just give their power to the royal families, like, oh, they love them and all that. And then that's it. They kind of just live an ordinary life. And, changes on the way. Empires come and go. But the universe is careful of how many empires to crumble, because humans are holding on to it. It's very important. It's a life preserver. You just deflate that, you really can cause some harm. So it has to happen gradually, slowly for others to release it. Because your royal families are keeping this reality going. And when that starts to dial down, more, yes, eventually connect more to the astral realms, the non-physical realms. But once again, the physical realms, yes, still exist. They're always going to have a purpose. It's just basically the hardships of the physical realm doesn't have to be as hard as it used to be. And that's what you're here to do. Even renew the earth. And, once this planet goes into more of a neutral state, a more loving state, yes, it might reset itself and bring more challenges. Like, oh, by the way, look at all these other challenges that we ignored. And then you reset the planet and go into another chaotic reality because the world can't handle it. So, blessings.